And our next speaker signed as well at the end of February 28th, a letter signed by over a dozen of our colleagues to AG Sessions calling for the appointment of a second special counsel. One of our signers from the great state of New York, Claudia Tenney.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, and thank you, Congressman Lee Zeldin of New York, for hosting tonight's really important special orders. I might just add as a side note that Mr. Zeldin and I are very aware of corruption firsthand. I, as a former member of the Assembly, and him as a former member of the New York State Senate. Today is actually the day of former Speaker Sheldon Silver's second trial. He's being tried for corruption in New York. So we know what it's like to fight the good fight on that. But I want to just highlight why it's so important and why I agreed to sign on to Mr. Zeldin's letter appointing a second special counsel. And recent evidence has emerged raising serious concerns about decisions and activities at the Department of Justice, the DOJ, and the FBI regarding FISA abuse. And people keep saying FISA, but for everyone, so they should know it's the Foreign Intelligence Surveillance Act. And it's why the Clinton probe ended and why the Trump-Russia probe began. It appears that for political gain, key federal employees at the FBI and the Department of Justice deliberately misled our FISA courts and pursued a partisan political agenda. The FISA memo detailing these abuses of power stated, and I quote, "Top Obama administration officials knowingly used unverified information paid for by the Hillary Clinton campaign, some of which came from Russian intelligence in a secret court document to justify a counterintelligence investigation of the Trump campaign during the 2016 presidential election. The corrupt process was later the basis for a campaign to sabotage the incoming Trump administration and to fuel a witch hunt against the president. The American people deserve to know if our government is misusing powerful surveillance methods to exact political revenge, especially if before a FISA court. This behavior by those entrusted to impartially serve the public threatens to the core the integrity and vibrancy of our constitutional republic. The American people are starting to get it. A recent Harvard Harris poll survey concluded that 67% of Americans support a second special counsel. 75% of those are Republicans, 60% are Democrats, and 69% are independents. This is a significant majority of Americans ranging from all sides of the political spectrum. Tonight, Mr. Speaker, I stand alongside my distinguished colleagues to encourage Attorney General Jeff Sessions to appoint a second special counsel. Simply appointing Attorney John Huber to lead an internal Justice Department review of Special Counsel Robert Mueller is a step in the right direction, but I don't believe it's far enough. The American people deserve nothing less than full transparency, working alongside congressional leaders. I'll continue to fight to ensure these serious matters are investigated and encourage investigations where necessary to restore the public trust. We must demand accountability across the board. It is the only way we're going to restore public trust in our institutions of government and to restore the rule of law and order in our communities. I yield back, and thank you very much to Mr. Zeldin for his leadership on this issue as a member of the Financial Services Committee, but also importantly as a member of the Foreign Affairs Committee, and also serving honorably as a distinguished member of our armed forces in the Army. Thanks so much, Mr. Zeldin.
Well, thank you.